Good morning. I love that song. You give me all of the riches of you. What a beautiful song. And what a beautiful truth that we can sink into today. We are in the year of creating abundance for ourselves. Our theme for this year is Come Alive and Thrive in 2025. Isn't that a great one? Come alive and thrive in 2025. And I have to tell you, we're in the middle of the year. Happy second day of summer. And this experience of coming alive and thriving is just so palpable here at Unity Palo Alto. I feel it on Sundays. The energy just keeps growing and growing, and it's so wonderful. And this month, we've been focusing on the idea of the gift of abundance. The gift of abundance. You see, abundance is an inside job. Abundance is a development within our consciousness. It's a tuning in to that which Deborah was singing about, the allness of life, source, substance, the allness of life, love, and wisdom that is within us and all around us. So it's a tuning into in our consciousness and awareness and developing an awareness of the abundance in our life. The second step there was stepping into the flow, allowing good to flow. Allowing good to flow. It's not enough to simply notice that we have abundance in our life, but it's allowing that energy to flow. And you are the inlet, you are the outlet, you are the reservoir of that good, that abundance that is within you, that energy of substance that is always present within you. And as you live into that experience, as you develop that consciousness of abundance and tune into the abundance in your life, you begin to experience it more. You begin to allow that energy to flow in through and as you, and you can give the gift of you to the world. Give the gift of you to the world. Abundance is giving generously. Abundance is receiving gratefully. And abundance is about being good stewards to our consciousness first, being good stewards to how we interact with one another, being good stewards in our words, our thoughts, our actions. And so first off, we need to practice generosity. And what is generosity as we're giving the gift of you? Generosity is really a quality of being. Generosity is the idea that is expressed in Emerson's quote, every person is the inlet and may become the outlet of all there is in God. Take a nice deep breath. Every person is the inlet and may become the outlet of all there is in God. What a beautiful and insightful saying, because that talk speaks directly to what we've been talking about. The idea of abundance, of our oneness with God, with Source. That you are the inlet. It is flowing to you whether you like it or not. If we're good stewards in our consciousness, then we're tuning into that good. And then we become the outlet to the world. We become that expression to the world. So being that outlet to the world is like being willing to share your unique gifts. Each one of us has a unique gift, yes? Each one of us has something that's special about us, that we can do like no one else, that we can experience and express like no one else, because we're unique. There may be two people on the stage singing, and yet each one has a finely tuned voice and experience and expression, and each one is perfect. There may be multiple people in your field of expertise, and yet you bring something unique and special to it. You bring you. Each one of us has a unique expression that we are here to give to the world. The idea of generosity is the willingness to share your energy, to share your time, to be there for people, to be there for the universe, to allow that energy to flow through you. Generosity is the gift of kindness and encouragement and understanding. We are here to give those gifts to the world in all that we do. In our expression of abundance, most people think about that as the idea of money. A lot of times we hear that word and we equate that to money. But that's just a simple expression of our abundance. It's not the whole of it. And one of the challenges that we have with that idea of money and the idea of abundance is that we are so focused on the getting when we think about abundance. I mean, if you think about the idea, the law of attraction, what does that imply? Things are coming to me, I'm getting. If we set our goals, there's things I want to accomplish. If we set, our dreams and we have ideas of what we want to become or what we want in life, we want to get in life, then we'll be abundant. The problem with all of that is that when we're looking at all of the things that we want, we're coming from a place of lack. I don't got it. I'm not it. I'm not there yet. I don't have that job title. I don't have that salary. And every time we get it, whatever that it is, what's next? It changes. Yes, the it changes. It becomes something else because we're so focused on getting. The first step about abundance is not the getting. The first step is giving. Now, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, I talked about, and maybe this was last week, it's been so long. Last week, I talked about this idea of abundance being like a reservoir where there's an inlet flowing in, there's a reservoir, and then there's the outlet flowing out. And what you have control over is not the flow coming in. That's coming in this analogy. What you have control over is the dam and the releasing of energy going out. That's what you have control on, and how you release that energy, how you give that gift to the world. What you have control over is being a steward to that reservoir to make sure your consciousness is healthy and whole and free from the debris of resentment and fear and lack and limitation, free from the debris of unforgiveness that prevents that energy from flowing. And so we need to understand that we are here to allow that energy to flow. In the first place, the first step is not in the getting, it's in the giving. It's how we give to the world. Generosity is being willing to share the gift of you in all areas of your life. Let's say, for example, you have a relationship. Anybody have a relationship? Anybody know someone else? Why are only half of you raising your hands? Does anybody know someone else? This is a participation section of our program. Yes, you know someone else, don't you? You are in a relationship, whether you like it or not. One of the best gifts that you can give to someone is the gift of generosity, the gift of being you, the gift of being there. If you want more love in your relationship, give more love. If you want more kindness, be kind. If you want more generosity, be more generous. What you give to the world is what you experience and what comes back to you. You have unique gifts, and it's your time to give that into the world. Now, there are times when it seems like the opposite is true. There are times when it seems like you're giving and you're giving and you're giving, and nothing comes back to you. Have you experienced that before? When I was in college, I was driving down to UC Santa Barbara to visit my girlfriend who was going to school there. And my girlfriend's friend, her boyfriend, wanted to come too, so the two of us were driving down. We really didn't know each other. We were talking about philosophy, and what happens when he got stuck on the road one time. His car broke down, which is why I'm driving him. And he was harboring so much resentment around this. And he said to me, I have these friends, and I'm always giving to them. I'm always there for them. They call me, I'm there for them. And my car broke down, and I called them all, and nobody would come and help me. None of them would come. And I asked him, well, how did you get unstuck? What happened? Well, okay, so I called some other friends, and someone else was able to pick me up. But they didn't help me. You see, he was equating this idea of abundance as, I help them, they help me. And why weren't they helping me? I didn't get into that experience of it because who knows? There could have been 100 things that were happening that prevented them from helping you. But someone else did. And he said, well, I don't know, maybe I don't know how the universe works. That's how the universe works. We give and we give and we receive. And when we give without the expectation that they're going to do something back for us, it's pure, it's clean. If we give with the expectation that they're going to do something for us, that same person, in return, what's that called? Extortion? What was it? Control, yeah. I'm going to give to you, now you owe me, and you're going to give to me. So that's not true abundance, and that's not a healthy relationship, is it? Now, there are relationships where we, agree that we're going to help each other. My son was in an accident yesterday, and I was on a plane, so I couldn't help. But my wife was there, and my wife helped. Why? Because we're parents, and that's our role, right? It took her everything she could muster not to help any further than that. Not to say, I'll take care of everything, don't worry about it. No, he's at home right now, learning what a lease agreement is, learning what an insurance policy says, filing the claim. He's doing all of that. So, and it took her everything just to stand back and say, I'm not going to do it. He was thinking, I was thinking about asking for help, and then I thought, no, I'm an adult, I can do this. Oh my gosh, this is a 19-year-old. So we don't have to do all of the things. If we have good stewardship and we have healthy boundaries, if we listen to the wisdom within us, then we're creating an experience with one another, giving love and knowing when to say no. Did you know it's okay to say no sometimes? And the way you know it's time to do that is you check within. Am I feeling resentful? Am I giving out of obligation rather than out of pure love, out of the love for giving? Am I giving with resentment? Am I holding on to an expectation that you will then act this way? So the idea of abundance flowing is giving generously without any of these attachments, without any of these hooks. And having an open heart, allowing that love to flow back to you in many different streams. It's like looking at a creek, in my example of a reservoir, looking at the creek coming in, just trickling in, and saying, you should be giving more water. Why aren't you giving more water when there's 4 other creeks coming in, flowing in? So in abundance, when we step into this idea, we give generously. We give from our heart. And our heart, an open heart, is our spiritual boundary. When you hold a boundary isn't a wall that keeps things out or people out. A boundary is an energy that flows. Spiritual boundaries is consciousness of love flowing from you. That love dissolves all anger coming towards you. And when you have an open heart and an open mind and are sending love to the world, those arrows that come in from those people, you know who those people are, don't you? Those arrows that are flying at you, they just get dissolved by love. They don't hit you because we have this energy of love, of generosity within us. No can be a wonderfully generous thing to say to people sometimes. That's just not for me. In doing it from a place of who I've come here to be, of spiritual strength, rather than of resentment, anger, and fear. Open your consciousness, open your mind, open your heart to this idea of giving generously and using love as your guide. When you start to feel the energy of anger and resentment come into play, know it, notice it. You have stewardship over your own consciousness. Cleanse that resentment immediately. Because I tell you, there's nothing that's going to hurt you more than your resentment for someone else or something else. That is a poison that just sits within you and eats away at you. Let go of the resentment. Let go of the unforgiveness. All of those practices are something for you internally. It doesn't necessarily mean that your relationship's going to change, or at least the other person may or may not, but it changes you. Allow that energy to flow with an open heart and an open mind. The most effective way to do this is through affirmative prayer. Here's what Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of the Unity Movement, says about affirmative prayer. Prayer, then, is to change our mind and our hearts so that God's omnipresent good may fill our mind and our hearts and manifest in our life. Talk about an abundance consciousness. Talk about a prosperity principle. Prayer changes us. Affirmative prayer. Unity's affirmative prayer changes our consciousness, helps us tune in to that experience of abundance that's all around us, helps us be good stewards when that anger and frustration starts bubbling up, when that anger, when those emotions start bubbling up, it's like, okay, there it is. It's okay. What story is creating it? What false belief am I holding on to? What can I release and let go of in this moment so that I can make space in my mind and my heart for the allness of life, love, and wisdom to fill me up. So the allness of life, love, and wisdom becomes manifest in my life. Affirmative prayer and unity is an abundance practice. It is a knowing that we're one with the allness, with source, sum, substance. We're one with it all. And as we open and tune ourselves into that flow and maintain and become good stewards of our consciousness, of our reservoir of good, we are overflowing with love and we give generously to the world. We give generously of our time, of our talents, of our treasure. We give generously to create what we are here to create. Let's move to our affirmation, Felix. I'm going to read this affirmation once and then invite you to affirm it with me. I open my mind and heart and give the gift of me. I am generous. Would you affirm that with me together? I open my mind and heart and give the gift of me. I am generous. And so it is.